Hello everyone, welcome to Urbanscape Bangalore, and in today's episode we will be talking about some very essential care tips about the Gerbera daisy. Call it the Gerbera, Gerbera, Gerber or whatever, this plant will still be as stunning as ever. I must add here that this plant has been my lucky charm because this was the first plant I made a video on when I started this channel. And the Gerbera will always be my favorite and my most special plant forever. So the Gerbera daisy is also called the Transvaal daisy and probably is the most stunning plant among the daisy family. It is a native of South Africa, South America and Asia, and is grown very extensively in tropical zones of the world. It is one of the most coveted flowers used for decorations, bouquets and other floral arrangements. The market price of a Gerbera daisy in India would range from 10 to 20 Indian rupees per flower stalk. So you can imagine the immense potential this plant has. It stands fifth as the most used cut flower after the rose, carnations, chrysanthemum and the tulips. This is a lovely perennial plant which will keep coming year after year if you give it the right care conditions. Did you know that a single stalk of Gerbera daisy flower has hundreds of flowers in it because it bears a large capitulum which is in fact composed of large numbers of individual flowers. And also among the plants that clean the air of toxins, this is in the list of NASA's top 3 plants that remove toxic substances from the air apart from the English ivy and the snake plant. Certain varieties of Gerbera can be grown indoors, especially the dwarf varieties, provided it gets ample amount of sunlight and the right amount of care. Now we will be repotting this Gerbera daisy that I purchased recently into a bigger pot. So here I will talk to you about the soil, water, fertilizer and sunlight requirements of this plant in detail. Choosing your ideal container is a must. I would advise you against the use of plastic and ceramic containers because it can tend to hold a lot of water. Use terracotta for the best results since the surface of the container is porous and it allows the free exchange of air to happen. Ideally, Gerberas are grown in containers, however, it can still be grown in the ground. Gerbera daisies are a little fussy to grow and it needs the right amount of care to grow really well. So now let me talk about the most critical part of daisy care, the potting medium. Your potting medium must be well draining and it should not be very clayey. So the ratio that I would suggest would be 3 parts sand, 2 parts compost and 2 parts garden soil. You can increase the ratio of compost if necessary. The Gerbera daisy loves organically rich soil, and the more organic matter in the soil, the more disease resistant it will become and the more blooms you will get. Now let us talk about the sunlight requirements. This requires part sunlight conditions and will not do well under full sun. So if you are growing this outdoors, then a south, west or east location would be ideal. If you are growing this indoors, then place this near a southwest facing window and make sure that the leaves do not touch the window glass. The container size must be equally proportional to the size of the flower stalk. The bigger the stalk, the larger the container, and vice versa. It is very important to have a drainage hole in the container as well. Also add drainage materials at the bottom so that the plant is not sitting in water. The biggest killer of the Gerbera is excess water in the container. They have sensitive roots and will rot very soon due to copious amounts of water. Now add the potting medium and fill it up to a level. After that, slowly remove the plant from the existing container by pressing the sides of the pot and turning it upside down carefully by holding the crown of the plant with your finger like this. So as you can see, my plant here is a little pot bound, so tease the roots in moderation to just break that root memory so that the roots can move across the soil in its new home. Place the plant in the middle of the container and make sure that while you backfill it with soil, the soil should not touch the crown. The crown is the place from where you see the leaves and the flower stalk coming out. The soil level should not be above the crown. It should just be at the same level as the crown. This is very important because not taking care of this could cause crown rot and the plant will eventually die. This is a very heavy feeder, so you would need to fertilize this plant every week or at least once a month if you are busy. Use vermicompost or any other organic fertilizer that is rich in potassium and phosphorus for better flower production. One thing about this plant is that it is quite disease and pest resistant once it gets the right amount of care. I have occasionally seen 1 or 2 mealybugs and some have powdery mildew, or it could also have some fungal spots on it. Use neem oil or any such corrective steps to mitigate such problems. As I have covered in a lot of my videos, you can grow this with the help of seeds. I will be adding the link to these videos at the end. You can also propagate this plant with the help of divisions, and I will come up with a video very soon. After adding a layer of compost as mulch, press the soil to avoid any air pockets. Now place the plant in a sunny location, however give it some amount of shade from the afternoon harsh sunlight, and water it really well till the water drains out of the hole. You must never overwater this plant, but it likes a consistently moist soil. If it has less water, the plant will droop, and that is a sign that the plant needs water. You do not really have to use a stake to hold the flower because it is very sturdy. Deadheading the flowers and removing old leaves will reinvigorate the plant. The Gerbera daisy will bloom throughout the year if you live in a tropical region. Here I would like to say that the color of this flower is a treat for all us garden lovers. With this, we have come to the end of yet another episode of Urbanscape Bangalore. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed this video, and please let me know by writing in the comment section on how you like or dislike this video. Please keep encouraging my attempts at doling out some honest gardening by liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. You can additionally follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well, the link to which will be provided below. Thank you for watching Urbanscape Bangalore, and until we meet again, goodbye.